problems.
When people come to you with some problems, I'm just interested to learn a bit about people's psychology, which you know better than I do. Do they ask to know the future? What is their most frequent request? To know what will happen?
No.
No, what is it then, most often?
Personal life.
Well, I know everything about my personal life. Why should I come to you?
No, personal life meaning they cannot find a partner and... The reason...
So it's still to know the future.
The reason why they're so unhappy. And it's because they've done it themselves in the first place. Because there is a career and money, and there is a family and a child, and you cannot have it all together. For example, a woman should marry in the right time. When you've passed this time, it gets more difficult. And this affects the person's psychology. Like a woman may think, everyone is happy while I am not. Many people are sick and doctors cannot diagnose them. I help them. I can see it. I can tell them which organ malfunctions. And yes, they can then do tests, ultrasound, and find out their diagnosis.
You've mentioned God. Could it be that God created man on purpose without an ability to know the future, with the rare exception of people like you? Because knowing the future would predetermine people's behavior, and that's probably wrong. To predetermine people's future behavior.
You know, what I see in my visions, if other people saw it, they wouldn't want to live.
I mean something else.
I see what you're saying.
So what? Soldiers go to battle, they go to protect their motherland, and every one of them believes he'll stay alive. If the soldiers could know that they'll die the other day, then the number of people
who would
be smaller, possibly, right?
No. I think that if a soldier is a real patriot, even if he knows he'll go...
I'm taking the extreme case here.
It depends on the person's psychology. But I don't claim that I know everything about the future. I get my visions and I talk about them. So I don't think it's bad.
So it's not bad, not harmful to know the future.
For ordinary people, it is harmful.
So it is.
Of course. For example, I have a vision about a flood. So what do I do then? I post it on the web in the form of a fable. And I draw some conclusions at the end. And in order to make conclusions and cancel the possible negative impact, you have to think very positively. And then you won't have any problems like this.
I'd recommend that at the end of this parable, you add the children's rhyme from the hide-and-seeking game. Those who didn't hide, it's not my fault.
You know, for example, football. I watched a game. It was Russia playing against Germany. I had talked to people from my circle. There are many, 90,000. And I had asked them to think positively at the same time and to imagine the score 2-1. It was before the game, and no one was interested, no one wanted it. Everyone was busy with their own problems, so Russia lost 0-1. But it's criticism. People like to criticize, to talk about what is bad, to say that the football team is bad, not what could have been done if they had chosen to be supportive.
Well, I cannot agree with you here, because when every major country's national team plays football, several dozens of millions of people think of victory, and yet the team loses.
And the team supported by several million people plus one wins.
In that case, Italy couldn't win the World Cup because America's and Brazil's populations are much larger.
But Italians are very passionate. The way one Italian supports his team is worth a good 100 people.
You think it is that?
Of course.
Okay, good. Could you say then, please? Well, you say if we think positively, and we're soon to celebrate the year 2010, and if we think positively, if we tune ourselves to good thoughts, that will be the material basis, well, something that can materialize. Thus, is it that a person's will, the collective will of people, can affect the course of history?
Of course it can.
So there is no God.
There is God. God gave us the gift of reason for us to use it. We just don't use it. You can change the future for the better. You only cannot change the day when you die. That's decided by God. So all that happens is bound with our own actions, our deeds, our destruction. We destroy everything. That's why the earth will take its revenge. But I think that 2010 will be a good year if all of us think positively.
This year is supposed to be not an easy one, as far as I am informed.
Very uneasy.
And economic and political forecasts say so, and all those so-called crisis phenomena, which I think are rather in our mind than in the economy, they will persist.
They will persist. And you know, with the year 2012, the major problem in the world will be that people cease believing. People's heart should believe in God. There is no other way.
Should it be the belief in God, or can it be something else?
In God.
Well,
God is one for all.
Well, God is one, yes, but say the Bible says God is love. Can one believe in love?
Love is a feeling that God gave us.
Right. So if a person doesn't go to church, doesn't read the Bible, but he loves his neighbors, his parents, his wife and his children, and he believes in this love and lives for its sake, will this belief help him? Or should he start with God?
These are good deeds, and God will reward this person for them.
To what extent do you see the responsiveness to these words among Russian people, who are much less religious than people in your part of the world?
You know, there are people who think that I am... Like if a person is a psychic, he is a quack, and that's it. Because they don't want to do anything themselves. They can watch me. Watch what I'm doing. I make paintings. I write verse. I'll soon publish a book. I practice music. I talk to people. I have guests. I do all of this. But what do they do except criticizing? A person should do something good first before laying charges at others' doors.
Спасибо большое. Thank you very much for being with us. And just a reminder that our guest on Spotlight today was Mehdi Ebrahimi Vafa, an Iranian psychic, who says that God will save us. God and positive mental attitude. And that's it for now from all of us here. We'll be back tomorrow with more first-hand comments on what's going on in and outside Russia. Until then, stay on RT and take care.